Oh my God. The intense look to start off the show. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another edition of your boys reporting eligible live, 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern time, man. We got football on Friday. If you've been living under a rock, I suggest you get out of that goddamn rock. We got Falcons and Lions to preview, man. Football's finally here. We're back. I mean, we've been back, but now we're back.
We're back.
Yeah, man. So I'm psyched. I know you are. I know the folks in the chat and everybody that's a fan of football for their respective teams are also hyped, man. Well, bro, talk, man. How you been? What's going on, brother?
Oh, man. Just another day closer to football, man. I'm good. Been busy at work, but I'm good. Love seeing the updates from our awesome beat writers and reporters that are at camp witnessing the scrimmage. It's awesome to see. Like, you feel really good about it.
Yeah. Hell yeah, man. Finally, man. All that reporting now, going by the wayside. Now it's actual footage, game film breakdowns, you name it. It's here, man. The 2025 season set to kick off soon. Jason Roberts is in the chat already. What's good? Ready to see the young guns? Absolutely, man. Absolutely. But we're going to start with some little news around the NFL. There's been some topics centered around the quarterbacks. One of which, well, two of them actually who are on our schedule. So we'll start with the earliest one, J.J. McCarthy and Colin Cowherd, man. Man, took the gloves off, man, and he gave it to him. But, a lot of what he said, there is validity behind it.
Yeah.
I think it's very true. J.J. McCarthy obviously, lost his rookie season to a torn meniscus. Really doesn't have significant snaps at all. So his words are, they feel like they're protecting him. Like he's in a bubble. But I'll let you go. I'll let you chime in on that situation with J.J. McCarthy. We got to go a little bit further into the J.J. McCarthy situation and how important he is to the Minnesota Vikings.
So I think a lot of people know how I feel, how the hypocrites that are throughout the entire league that are already putting J.J. McCarthy on this pedestal, like he's ready, he's the guy, he's going to take the Vikings to the promised land. And like you said, he hasn't taken a significant snap in the NFL. He played one preseason game, couple drives, and then he tore his meniscus. Well, then you look at Michael Penix Jr., who does have snaps in the NFL, was fighting for the playoffs, right? Played some pretty good games, but he's not ready. He's not the guy. So there's level of hypocrisy there.
Big time.
Colin Cowherd talking to Diana Rossini, and what Diana said was a quote that Justin Jefferson said after practice. Like, he's getting it. He's coming along. It takes time, right?
Yeah.
That means he may not be processing what he's seeing on the field defensively. And, I don't want the kid to fail at all, right? We always want to see success. But I think he's being overhyped, and the expectations are up here because of what the Vikings organization is doing. And like you said, putting him in a bubble, not allowing anyone in to see what's really going on. Does he have the potential? Sure. Something that Colin Cowherd also said. No one was trying to trade up for J.J. McCarthy.
Right.
Two teams were trying to trade up for Michael Penix Jr. And then Bo Nix, one team, but he fell to Denver Broncos, probably his best situation he could have fallen to. And then Drake May, there was a team that wanted to trade up to him. So that says a lot, right?
Yeah.
That says a lot. So, yes, I understand drafting him in the first round for his potential. But if you felt like he wasn't ready, or you're seeing he's not ready, that makes not re-signing Kirk a big deal when he was there. Not re-signing Sam Darnold when he was there.
Right.
And so I think the Vikings are in for Viking fans who've been running their mouths rampant online.
Big time.
For a rude awakening.
They
really are. I think they'll finish last in the division because J.J. McCarthy is going to have a Zach Wilson first-year type season. Can he get better? Can he be better? Sure.
Absolutely.
There's nothing that says he can't be because he's got Kevin O'Connell, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Kevin O'Connell's that quarterback whisperer, right?
Yes, he is.
So I don't agree with a lot what Colin Cowherd says.
No,
actually,
man.
I disagree with a lot with what he says, but he was actually spitting facts when he was talking to Diana Rossini.
Yeah. And they're in for it, man. They got a tough stretch of games to start with. I mean, listen, gotta call it for what it is. They play the Falcons week 2. And
no Jordan Addison either.
No Jordan Addison. So you're taking away one of your security outlets, and you're putting all that pressure on Justin.
Christian Darrisaw might not be ready.
Yeah, Christian Darrisaw, they're all pro tackle. So there's a lot to be worried about in Minnesota right now. But how important is it, right? Their backup situation, it isn't really the player's not really worthy of taking, first team reps from JJ McCarthy. But like you mentioned, he's Kevin O'Connell is a QB whisperer. JJ McCarthy not really understanding or knowing that offenses and his intricacies. It's bad. Jones is already in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, for summarizing the coward. Yeah, of course, man. A lot of people really they shy away from him. He's becoming like Dov Clemerman. Oh God,
he's taking Skip Bayless's spot.
Yeah, for sure, man, for sure. But what can the Vikings do from here? It's like you put the kid in, you let him try and play and win some games, maybe some winnable matchups, maybe boost his confidence. The good thing that the Vikings have going for him is Brian Flores in that defense. That's what's probably going to keep the Vikings in a lot of games early on, or maybe even late in the season.
And that's if their veteran defensive tackles pan out. That's
very true.
If Hargrave's been injury prone the past couple seasons, Jonathan Allen. If those don't pan out, I mean, what do you do interior wise? They don't have great depth, in my opinion.
No. In the secondary, it's a tad bit shoddy. Harrison Smith. He's up there in age. Karen Bynum went to the Colts. One of the better safeties, young safeties at that. I don't know, man. So it's looking murky. But hey, listen, it's what they get paid for. Figure shit out like that. So hey, it is what it is. That's their problem, not ours. So for all the criticism we received about taking Penix and putting them in and whatnot, look at what McCarthy and the Vikings are going through. That could have very well been us, but it's not. Moving forward, Matthew Stafford. The 37-year-old quarterback of the Rams dealing with an aggravated disc in his back. As we all know, Super Bowl champ winning Rams from a few years back. Of course, they're headed by Matthew Stafford, veteran in the game. But again, another QB that we play later on in the year. How is this? How does this hurt the Rams? Their backup right now, Jimmy Garoppolo. Of course, played for some years with Mike under Shanahan's offense. Now with McVay, obviously they run some, similar things Rams and the 49ers do. Could Garoppolo actually step in and, orchestrate this offense for McVay if Matthew Stafford does have to miss time? The hope is he'll be ready week 1. What's your take?
So I think he'll be okay. I think Matthew Stafford, he's an older guy. He's taken shots in his time in Detroit. He's going to get an epidural in that disc to help reduce the inflammation, help with manage the pain. But if it came to a point where Garoppolo had to start maybe 4 games, I think they'll be okay. He was manageable for Shanahan when he was there in San Fran, and I think Sean McVay can find success. Hell, he found success with Baker Mayfield when he just got him, signed him off the streets, and they had to play a game 2 days later. That's how good a coach Sean McVay is. And defensively, they have a great front. Their linebackers improved. Secondary, I think they can still get better, but I mean, if you can get pressure, secondary doesn't really matter, right?
True.
Offensive line, cohesive unit. So, and the weapons are there. I mean, Devontae Adams and Puka Nacua. I think Devontae Adams at this point in Cooper Kupp's career is an upgrade, right? Cooper Kupp
very true.
Was no longer who he once was, and that's why the Rams made that move. So, I don't think the
Williams got a contract extension.
Yes, and then Kyron Williams got an extension, which James Cook is punching air about because he took significantly less money than Saquon. $11 million a year? Yeah, $11 million a year, and Saquon's getting about 20, and that's what James Cook is looking for. You ain't getting that, buddy. No, you ain't getting that, okay? No. But I think, honestly, the Rams are my dark horse Super Bowl favorites if their offense can take it up a notch and they can get out the gate faster than they did last season.
Gotcha. But before we go any further, man, got to take a quick time out and shout out the folks in the chat. Jason Roberts, what's going on? RJ ATL for life. The plug is in the house, man. Ryan, the historian, the illustrious Birdcage. You can find them on YouTube. Great Falcons content creator. Also has the who's of guests in his show consistently every Thursday. So make sure y'all tune into the Birdcage LLC. Mom is in the house. She's always in the house. What's going on, Mom? Miss Auntie Pam, what's going on, Auntie Pam? Hope you're doing well. Great to see you down in camp. Pops is in the house. What's going on, Dad? He's in there. Rise up. Big boy Brewski, what's happening? Falcon fans is almost here. Can't wait to see all the rookies play on Friday. Rod is in the building. CJ Hill, Michael, our brother Jones Bones is in the house. Martin, what is going on? Eric Z, man, Matthew Olosi, Uncle Louis Algier is in the house. Rise up, brother. Rise up, man. Glad that you can join us this evening. But going forward with some more news around the NFL, the Micah Parsons contract.
Talk about a circus, man.
Man. Talk about Dallas doing Dallas things, man. As we all know, the perennial Pro Bowler, all pro everything, all world, you name it. Micah Parsons is due for a contract extension. And while he's seeing everybody around him get paid, Myles Garrett, TJ Watt, the who's of pass rushers, he's still on the outside looking in. Now, Jerry Jones, now correct me if I'm wrong, quoted saying that they have a handshake deal that was placed in the springtime. And those things are, bro, those don't mean a damn thing anymore, brother. Pay the man. The kid deserves it.
He's worth that money.
He's worth the money. Whatever the details is, if this kid gets $200 million, he's fucking worth every penny of it. Michael Parsons is just a game record, man. But, bro, laying on him, man. Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, I think Jerry's enjoying all of this because it's publicity for the Cowboys. He loves a good show, and to put on a good show for the entire, the states, the world. The Dallas Cowboys have to be in the news. So, of course, this is probably another way of stringing it along. But Micah Parsons is a very emotional guy, and he takes things very personally.
He does.
And he feels like he's been slapped in the face. So does his agent, right? David, what's his name? I don't even know how to pronounce his last name.
Oh, Mogluata.
Yeah,
whatever.
So he's one of the biggest agents in the NFL, representing plenty of players, including our Kyle Pitts, Jalen Walker, Jesse Bates, AJ Terrell, and probably a couple more guys that I forgot.
Yep.
So all it really would take is to pick up the phone probably and contact his agent and be like, hey, this is the deal. You go with it. And it probably would get done like that. From what I've heard, the rumblings is a deal will be done, right? We all expect it. Realistically, he's not going to get traded, right? We can all fantasize and think.
We did.
Yeah.
Falcons Twitter blew up.
I think every Twitter blew up. Honestly, everybody wanted it.
Yeah.
Every other 31 team wanted Micah Parsons on their team. So we can all daydream all we want, but he's going to get signed. We see this time in and time out. Dak 2 years ago, CD last year, and then now Micah. But from what I've heard, he's going to reset the market big time. The rumblings I'm hearing is $51 million a year, which would be insane because what did TJ just get? 43?
43, yeah.
Which is insane. That would be $8 more million a year. Now the edge market is significantly higher, which we don't have that problem.
No. What's the numbers? 210? It's got to be like
it was four about 210 and then 125 guaranteed. So then he would be 30 years old when that contract's up.
You still can get a short-term contract.
You can still get another bag like Trey Hendrickson is. Right. Trying to get.
Yeah, poor guy.
It's just a clown show. A clown show every year with the Cowboys. I'm glad I'm not a Cowboys fan. I don't know. I tell you guys all the time, I'm in the Dallas area. I don't know how these people do it, right? But they still have some sort of boat of confidence like, this is our year. It's like, bro, if you don't have Micah Parsons, even with Micah Parsons, honestly, Saquon Barkley is running for 200 in week 1. But that's another story. You just pay the man. Just pay the kid. 26 years old, top 2 edge rusher in the league. Just get it done.
Yeah, man. Sheesh, man. Matthew Olosi, man. Coming in from Cali, brother. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. My brother Brendan James is in the house. Brendan, what's going on, man? Long time no see, man. Hope all is well with you, man. My brother Tony Wright is in the house. Macktown Dirty, what's going on, man? Will Morrison, hear that contract talk going on. I've seen that Terry wants DK money, which is 33 per. Would you rather have Terry at 33 or Sutton at 23 per? Interesting question. And I would take Sutton probably at 23.
If it's between the two, I would take the 23. Because Terry, Terry, honorable mention, top 15 guy.
Yeah, that's it.
he's at the point of his career where he's going to start declining naturally, right?
Mm-hmm.
Naturally, because of his age, his body wear and tear. 33 is way too much for Terry.
Way too much.
33 is way too much for DK, and the Steelers were idiots for giving him that much.
And 33 for a receiver that is not as sharp in the route tree.
He's not. Disappears on one side of the field.
Mm-hmm. I mean, just ask AJ Terrell because that was clamps, baby.
Clamps that game. Scary
You don't
Terry
pay 33
wasn't so scary.
Yeah, right. You don't get paid 33 million to disappear like that. Yeah. Tony Wright goes off and says, we're better off not having Parsons. Just look at the outside linebacker edge rushers that Atlanta has, 6 really good ones based on what they did in college. Let me further in on this one right quick, too. If you could take a guess and think of all the NFC South edge rushers, who was the leader in that department in sacks for the entire NFC South?
You know, the NFC South didn't have any. I mean, last year it could have been Jadeveon Clowney.
Mm-hmm.
It could have been who? What, Kalaja Kancey, maybe?
He's interior.
Okay, we're looking edge guys. I mean, the Bucs didn't really have any big name edge guys. Is it one of our own Falcons? Is it AK?
Yes, it is. It's Arnold Ebiketie with 6 friggin' sacks, led the entire NFC South in sacks.
Wow.
Right? And we just added to the group a guy that's potentially a 10 to 11 sack guy in Leonard Floyd, the bully himself, James Pierce Jr., an off-ball linebacker who can rush the passer, and Jalen Walker. Oh, by the way, a returning Braylon Trice, and not to mention our do-it-all linebacker, Caden Ellis. God damn, that's an arsenal to deal with if you're in NFC South offense trying to deal with our defense.
Listen, I'm going to argue this because we can move on after this.
Absolutely.
Do we have good edge rushers? Yes. Could we potentially have great edge rushers? Yes. Could they be elite in a few years? Absolutely. But when you have a guy that's still in his mid-20s, already elite, arguably the top 2, maybe 1, depending on who you talk to, edge rusher. Mm-hmm. Yes, you give up some capital in the future. Yes, you have to pay him. But think about this. While Parsons is on that deal, that lucrative deal, our 2 rookies are still on their rookie contract.
My God.
Okay? After that, you can let Parsons walk. Hey, guess what? 4 years. Thanks, guy. Unless he just, 15 plus sacks every season, 20 sacks, whatever the case may be, scenarios. But then you can start worrying, okay, James Pierce Jr., let's get you paid if you're on the right trajectory. Jalen Walker, let's get you paid as well. Remember, the cap keeps going up every single year. There's no indication that it's going to pop at any point. So why not get an elite pass rush defense now?
Yeah.
And you're on a quarterback rookie contract. Mm-hmm. You could still pay Drake. You could still extend Jesse. You can pay Bijan because think about it. Will he probably surpass Saquon Barkley's contract deal when it comes to it? Probably. 21, 22 million. That's nowhere near an edge rusher's worth. Right? You have an elite edge rusher, a game record. Bro, you're telling me Jalen Walker, Micah Parsons, James Pierce Jr., and then Braylon. Imagine having 4 edge rushers on the line.
That's crazy, man.
And then Caden Ellis coming, like,
bro,
it's fun to think about. It's not going to
happen. It's
fun
to think about. Right, but, right.
That's where my mind goes. If you have the opportunity, send the 2 picks. The Rams didn't have a first-round pick for 9 years, which was crazy when I found that out. That was crazy. But it's no different than when they traded for a younger Von Miller in that Super Bowl window. He was a key piece
he was still,
in that Super Bowl win.
Floyd was on that team too, younger.
A younger Leonard Floyd. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So, yeah, man. It's fun. It's fun to, dice these things up, these what-if scenarios.
Yeah, always.
And if you watch the Marvel series, the what if, it's exactly like that. What if this happened? What if that happened? But moving on, somebody got paid in the NFC South, and that's Caleb McGarry. The much thrown out of the window Caleb McGarry, that is. I mean, by Falcon fans, man, he's been on the outs for the past 2 or 3 years, but the Falcons and the coaching staff obviously have this enormous amount of trust in McGarry and his you know what? I'm gonna stop. Oh my God. We gotta stop for this. We gotta stop this. What up, Carrie? Hope y'all doing well. Gets close to my phone screen. I have a bone to pick with Bro Talk Philly.
Hey, man, he caught that touchdown pass, and I called. Hey, those fans, for those Felipe Frank fans, they are Felipe freaks.
You're the one tweeting.
Hey, man, I'm not.
Those tweets were a little suspect, my friend.
Hey, man. Listen, when I was reading my phone, I did not mean to moan that loud, okay? My bad, dog. My bad. Okay?
Brother.
Hey, hate on a guy for getting excited for his team, okay?
Keep it to yourself. Jesus Christ. Oh, man. Oh, man. But that's good. Hey, yes, Gary. Hope all is well with you. Ron Thomas, known as April Thomas in the chat. What's going on, man? But yes, Caleb McGarry signs a contract extension with the Atlanta Falcons. And of course, 2 years, $30 million, putting him at an annual average of $15 million. Such a team-friendly deal, man. He ranks 15th in right tackles as salaries are concerned. The 15th highest paid right tackle in the league right now. Terry Fontenot keeps doing these numbers. Incredible work, man, with these contract extensions. In March, our very own Iron Man, Jake Matthews, got extended. Of course, Ryan Musial could have just signed a tender, but Atlanta had faith in him enough to give him a 2-year deal. Now Caleb McGarry is also re-signed. So this Falcons and this offensive line, man, staying together for a couple years. Next up is Matthew Bergeron. And, this season's going to be a true teller in where he's going to land in that bracket of elite guard status and where he gets paid. But that's a problem for next year. But for right now, the continuity stays in Atlanta. Rated 8th best offensive line per PFF. It's a good thing to be, it's a good thing to have going into the season. But your take on Caleb McGarry and his contract extension?
I mean, when you break down the numbers, this is a home run signing, right? You now have solidified your right tackle spot for the next 3 years, right? Everyone had a question mark on, the blind side. Oh, Caleb's his blind side, which yes, he is the weaker of the two when it comes to blocking. But he's gotten better every single year, and you can't overlook the run blocking skill that he has. His lateral movement at his size is insane.
It is.
Right? He's a monster. He's a beast. And to keep the continuity is huge. Like, him and Chris have been together in the league since they both got there, which is crazy to think about. When you have your right side playing almost every single snap together, besides games missed because of injury, what the guy on the left or your right is doing, which is awesome.
He's missed one game.
Who, Caleb?
Out of 93 games, he started 92. He's played in 92
That's
games.
Another Iron Man in itself, right? And I know someone pointed out the fact, like, well, the Falcons didn't really have much options when it came to the market. True. So then it makes it even more like, yeah, let's get him re-signed.
Of course, let's get him.
Because why would we bring someone else in that isn't familiar with the playbook, the team, Penix's cadence, things of that nature? Let's keep Caleb, middle of the pack tackle. He was happy with his deal, right? That's important. He was happy, right? Yep. Everyone was questioning, is he going to hold out? What's he going to do? Blah, blah, blah. And then it avoids the fact that, we have to try and draft a tackle. Is Jack Nelson ready? Let's draft this guy, potentially put a rookie over there. The way Terry Fontenot has been able to do this and also manipulate the cap, right? Because he could have easily restructured Jake Steele, some money, push some cap hit later on and free up some now. No, he'd rather extend him, frees up cap now, and then you spread out the money while the cap is still increasing. So to your point, Terry has gotten better as a GM when it comes to the cap every single year. He has learned, he has developed, just like a player, right? Someone new into the position. You're going to be, if we didn't see progress from year one to now, okay, then it's like, okay, Terry, you're just not the guy. But we have seen that progress, and now he's making moves like this to where it may seem small, but in the long run, it's big.
It is big. It is big. Absolutely. Gary goes on to say, I don't know what is wrong. What is wrong, Felipe Freaks or Ritter Riders? These nicknames are crazy, except mine's Big Penix Energy. Oh, my goodness.
That's my fantasy football name this year.
Stop it. She trademarked that a long time ago, man. That's insane, man. That is insane. So, yes, Caleb McGarry here to stay in Atlanta. I'm sure there's one guy that's super happy, and that's Bijan Robinson. And you talk about the right side, right? You know, for those that know Falcons O-line, and Jesus Christ, every time we get on the O-line tip, look who shows up. Jones Bones.
I told you, man. O-line, O-line, O-line. Jones Bones is here.
It is, man. You know, the combination of Chris Lindstrom and Caleb McGarry are very reminiscent of the older Falcon days of Harvey Dahl and Tyson Clabo. That right nasty side, brother.
Get in your bag, bro.
Man, that was some tandem right there. That was a nasty duo there.
Yep.
And you know, these two guys, they've been in the league since 2019 together, got drafted in the same class, and they're coming up together. So in the next few years, man, it's gonna be exciting to see where those guys at in their respective careers. Jones Bones goes on to say, my theory is they're trying to keep the continuity on the offensive line for Penix's early years, but once he's experienced, they can transition to a younger O-line.
That's a great theory.
Point. Kansas City, like something like that.
That's a good point.
Potentially.
Because then at that point, when Penix has years under his belt, because we don't know if he's controlling the protection or if it's going to be New Zealand, right? Because I think Dahlman was controlling the protection early on.
Yes,
so,
he was.
So is New Zealand going to be doing that, or is Penix? Because if Penix is not, that's something he could then take over with that younger line. So Bones has a great point there.
Yeah,
that's a great theory to look at. So don't be surprised. And when we have our 2027 first round pick, we take an offensive lineman.
Sheesh. We're not thinking down that line that fast. I'll be 41, dude. That's disgusting.
You're gonna be what?
41, dude. It's a real thing, bro. It's a real thing, man.
Hey, don't worry. I'm right behind you.
Shit, the buildup was serious. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Hey, fun times nonetheless. I'll enjoy the years while they're here.
Yeah.
And moving on to the juicy stuff. And no, not your tweets. Talk about notes from scrimmage. Let's talk about scrimmage. We're talking scrimmage, folks. Scrimmage. Shout out to all the reporters that were out there, the Mark Rinaldi's, the Bryce Lewis's. Definitely missing Daniel Flick. But those guys have been doing a sensational job just keeping us up to date with all the news coming out of Atlanta. Arkesh as well. He works for the Falcoholic. All those guys, that team over there, fantastic job. A1 people there, always keeping us in the know. But some interesting things from scrimmage and stuff like that. But I'm gonna start with the least one that probably a lot of people are not paying attention to. And there was a simple route concept or an over route per se, and Kyle Pitts was in that design. But who was sticking to him hip for hip, stride for stride, is what may surprise you. And that's none other than converted edge, now middle linebacker, D'Angelo Malone.
Ooh,
one of the plays of the day.
Yep.
One of the plays of the day there. Going stride for stride with Pitts, excuse me. So it's good to see that, maybe D'Angelo Malone is finding his footing, so to say. The edge group is loaded. Yeah. And if he was going to stick as an edge guy, he would have been on the further side looking in because there's no room for him. There's not going to be that many snaps available for him. So he moved over to middle linebacker, where obviously there is certain voids. Malik Verdon not being there, the converted safety turned linebacker. Troy Anderson on the PUP. So and JD Burton hasn't really been getting burned because he's been dealing with some sort of injury of his own. Concussion?
Well, just a head injury.
The head injury?
He dealt with that a little bit last season. So
he did, right. Yep,
and they're trying to be precautious with him.
So why not the position switch now? It might benefit him. As it is, the depth is pretty scarce at the linebacker position. You look at it now, it's just Divine Diablo, Caden Ellis, obviously, Jalen Walker, depend on how do you want to label him.
He's an edge guy.
Right. So right. But yeah, but furthermore, it's relatively thin. So prime opportunity for D'Angelo Malone, and him doing that in practice only helps him, show the coaches that he's capable of manning that down. but some things that you may have come across that really piqued your interest from notes and scrimmage today.
I mean, other than the fact that Casey Washington has taken a huge workload in Darnell Mooney's absence, we already knew the connection was there, right? From last year, Penix and him running with the twos, there was obviously something there. And I think he's really solidifying himself as the sixth receiver on our depth chart. Now, this season, Berto and I haven't talked, but we might do a depth chart prediction live here in the near future.
Yep.
But I think we might carry 7 wide receivers this year. So I think Casey Washington has been awesome. You saw that one. If you watch the mic up of Raheem Morris, Casey genuinely asked Coach, like, can you tell me what I need to do to get better? Where do you see I lack? And Coach coached him up. He said, hey, man, you're coming along really nicely. Where I thought you needed to improve was in, understanding what's going on, the playbook and all that. But you're doing a hell of a job. Keep it up. Keep working hard. And I really think he took it to heart, right? You got to remember, Casey Washington is still young, second year. He still has that drive to want to prove that him being selected by the Falcons was worth it. Because obviously his running mate, what was it, in the 6th round, Chase McClellan is no longer
He's
here.
gone. Right.
And we started to wonder, it's like, oh man, is Casey Washington
next
on the bubble? But I think he's kind of solidified, like, we can depend on this guy, and he's got special teams experience, those type of things. And another thing, if you saw the highlight video of the Ray McLeod, besides the demonic throw that Penix had, stride for stride, didn't have to slow, Ray with the late hands, the ball dropping in the bucket, Ray got matched up with the linebacker. And that was probably by design. So that makes me wonder, what's Zach cooking up here? Right?
Well, we saw some of it. We saw it in week 2 against the Eagles. They designed Darnell Mooney as that third wide receiver more in the slot in line, and he drew, coverage from the linebacker on the Eagles. I don't know if it was Zach Vaughn or whoever the hell it was, but needless to say, it was pretty much a walk-in for a touchdown. So, got to continue that. We do have the speed. Raymond McLeod, he's not a slow guy. The kid has 4.4 speed. So great matchups, great little mismatches too. I'm staying on the wide receiver topic, right? It's fucking exciting to see the amount of wide receivers that we could make, but I feel bad for the ones that may not make it. And 2 guys in particular, that would be Nick Nash and David Stills. Both guys are having great camps. Stills might be having a better camp right now. When I was down at camp, AJ Terrell drew an assignment of covering him one-on-one. And brother, let me tell you, he had Terrell on ice, man. His route running ability, the speed, he has average speed, but man, does he make for it with his finesse, the way he designs his route concept before starting, how he sets up the corner. It was fantastic. So I mean, it's a great problem. Atlanta has a good history with wide receivers, and it seems like it's going to continue to be that for our Falcons, man.
Yeah, so I watch Stills a lot because the team I follow is in the Big 12, and West Virginia's in that conference. Yeah. And so Stills always gave our secondary, the Red Raiders, problems. And so when I saw him on our team, it's like, okay, let's see how it translates. But to see him be able to do the things he's doing is awesome. And to Bones's point, a team like San Francisco that's hurting for wide receivers is just waiting for us to put them on the practice squad so then they can snatch them up.
They can snatch them right up. You're damn right. Somebody had mentioned to me yesterday, I was on the NFC South roundtable and stuff like that, and he's on schedule. So whatever that means from Raheem Morris, that he's on.
It just means he's not had any setbacks.
Yeah.
So, my bad, bro. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. I brought up the name Nick Nash. Somebody was like, "Oh, who's that guy? He hasn't done anything in college. It's a Triple Crown champion. Led his team in receptions, touchdowns, and receptions." And I turned to the gentleman. I said, "Why are we talking so much crap about Nick Nash? Why? It's because he's on the Falcons." I said, he played for the Western Mountain Conference, right? You know who played for that conference too? Ashton Genty. But nobody's making a big deal about the level of competition that he's played in, right? So why is it that because Nick Nash plays for the Falcons, it's a sore eye? Or
how
a black eye?
You
It's
know,
like,
the
come
rest of
on,
our
man.
division, they've got little tiny brains, so they
It's
don't think
crazy,
before they
man.
speak sometimes.
It's
Okay.
crazy, but man, for me personally, I'm pulling for Nick. I really am. Nice kid. Got to talk to him. Real nice guy. So hopefully, he makes it. But we'll see. We'll see. Any other little tidbits that
Why don't you answer
forgot?
Carrie right here?
Oh, sure. Love that your name is BPE. Oh God, for fantasy football. What did a league last season? What? We did a league last season, and I like to do it once again with the content creators, but I don't know.
I mean,
I know. I can. I'm down. I'm down.
If you need one,
on
I'm
air
down.
now, you let me know. I'm down. We'll do it. I'll do it. I'll
Hell
definitely do it.
Let's answer this question right here. Any update on Chris Blair? I mean, not really, because it's not like he's been blowing people away or underwhelming. I honestly think he's going to get cut the way things are going.
Unfortunately, I think there's more promise with the two guys we just spoke about.
I think so.
He was a preseason darling last year.
Well, and he came in late, but he did make the one mistake in Washington that cost a Penix turnover. But that's last year, right? It's not saying that he can't be better. And then also DJ Chark, someone that can stretch the field vertically, but we have that in Darnell Mooney. Darnell Mooney can't, even though he's not the biggest guy, he's got the speed to stretch the field and open it up.
I think I asked you this before, and I think you had made a point. I got to be reminded of what that point was. But Gabe Davis was out there too. Still a big body receiver that can stretch the field. Play for Buffalo. Gabe Davis got paid by Jacksonville and stuff, and he's a free agent. Why not him?
Hey, field stretcher, brother.
Kind of what he did for Josh Allen in his time with Buffalo.
But he's playing with Josh Allen.
Okay, he would be playing with Penix. The arm strength is not the same.
The arm strength is there, but he was wide receiver 2 with Stephon Diggs. He would be wide receiver 4 at best, but I think that spot's to Hodge, and then Agnew's right after him. So it's slim pickings. Agnew's going to make the roster mainly because he's a returning specialist, and he can take one to the house at any point. But hey, we're good over here, man. We're good over here on Gabe Davis. But other tidbits on the scrimmage today was Leonard Floyd was a menace today. A menace. I saw that James Pierce Jr. completely blew by Caleb McGarry. Like, Caleb was not expecting it, which is what you want, right? Everyone's going to freak out. Oh, we just paid this guy, Caleb.
Yeah. The overreaction.
What better way is he going to What better way is he going to get better on his drop step and getting to a spot than going up against one of the fastest edge guys come out of college in a long time? Right? James Pierce Jr. will only make Caleb McGarry better. Also, Divine Diablo, the avatar.
Avatar.
I like the name. He's huge. He's huge. And I've seen that he's been getting to his run fits really well, covering really well. Obviously, Caden Ellis is having a great camp. Another tidbit that I think Mark Ramondi said, Billy Bowman and D. Alford rotating in as the starting nickels. So I think preseason will really determine it. We are Billy Bowman truthers on this show. No hate to D. Alford. We like him as a person, but we are ready to turn the page as far as the defense goes. And then Jordan Fuller, Xavier Watts, and DeMarco Helms will all be battling for that other starting safety spot.
That's crazy.
When's the last time we had this level of competition?
That's what I'm saying, man. It's deep, man. This Falcons team, or the secondary is deep, man. But before we further a little bit more, let's go back into the damn chat. A-Town says, you guys going to be live during the game Friday?
I will not.
I will, to some capacity.
I'll probably be
hell of a week.
I will be watching, but I will not be live. I'll be live tweeting.
Gotcha. Kerry goes on to mention, love the McGarry deal. Let Terry cook. My brother Falstar Falcon is in the house. What is going on, brother? Glad you could make it. Casey Washington supremacy. All right, man. Games Pewter Perspective. What up, man? Long time no see. Hope all is well with you, man. And good luck to your Tampa Bay Buccaneers this season, brother. Will Gonzalez, my guy, what's going on? To have depth is important. Absolutely. And I think I covered about every blog.
So there was a question here.
Gotcha.
I saw that Eric asked, can Agnew be listed as a running back. He can,
Yeah.
but I don't think they will. I think Avery Williams, like Bones Point, was listed as running back. So we carried 4 running backs last year, technically, because of that. He actually made a position switch, and that was notated. So I don't know if Agnew will do that for the sake of if he leaves Atlanta after this season, he would still want to be considered a wide receiver, in my opinion. That's the only reason I think. So that's why I say I think we could carry one more receiver than we did last season because it'll be one less running back, right? Bijan, Tyler, Carlos Washington, and then you'll have an additional wide receiver since Avery Williams is no longer here.
Interesting thing here. Trice might get cut too. No chance in that.
No chance.
I don't think any of our edges get cut, man.
No
the only one that would have been on the bubble would have been D'Angelo Malone, as I stated. If he would have stayed there, not made the switch, he would have definitely been one of those guys. But I don't. Everybody's is safe in that room. Let's see. G-Will Gaming, what's going on, man? Carl Thomas, D-Mac, what's happening? T. Terry, what's going on? What is going on? Moving on to another segment here. I think we touched on it a little bit. The depth chart release. And you mentioned the spirited battle at the safety spot. Marco Helms and Jordan Fuller. What do you see? Let me ask you, who would you prefer? Would you prefer the vet in Jordan Fuller who knows what Raheem wants, or would you want an up-and-comer who has untapped potential? And from the bits that we saw, in previous years, I think he can, make a little noise on this defense due to his physicality. Are you going Fuller or are you going Helms?
So I think I want to see what happens on Friday before I give you that answer.
Gotcha.
My first instinct is to kind of take Raheem's approach and put the vet in there. Someone that has the experience, knows the speed, and let Xavier develop, right? Kind of like he did Rook, Brandon last year. A lot of people were upset about that, but I think it'll pay dividends this season because now they're going to have a more predominant role. So remember, Jordan Fuller's on a 1-year deal. It's not like he's got signed here long-term. Enter Xavier Watts, and then, the transition can be a lot smoother because Jesse Bates still has 1 more year. He's got 2 years left on his deal. You extend him even more. Now you've got this long-term solution at safety. You build the depth. You still got DeMarco Helms on his rookie deal. You draft another safety. Endless possibilities. But to really give you a true answer, I want to see what happens on Friday because Xavier Watts is playing on Friday.
Yeah. No, I'm cool with that. Here's an interesting question here. I think I lost it. No, it's right here. Will Drake be taken care of before the season starts? Now, the Falcons, before that Caleb McGarry deal, only had $4.5 million. It has since ballooned up to $14.5. Extending McGarry opened up $10 million in salary. Do you see that as a potential for Drake London, whether that be a contract extension or just an in-season raise? Like, hey, listen, you've been playing your ass off. Here's a little incentive going into this season. We're going to take care of you, next year. That 5th-year option, don't even worry too much about it. We'll probably strike a deal before that. How do you see that Drake situation playing out?
So the smart thing would be to sign him now because his deal actually wouldn't take effect until 2027. So by then, more receivers will have then been paid, which then lowers his average based off the scale, right?
Yeah.
That's where a lot of us look at. I think he gets anywhere from what did Garrett Wilson get? 32?
Oh my God, 32, yeah.
Something like that. So I think
Drake, he came right underneath DK, and DK's making 33.
I think Drake's
highest.
I think Drake is worth more than DK. I think Terry's probably trying to get it done, but more than likely Drake's agent wants to see what happens with Penix to drive up his client's price.
Yeah, sure.
Right? And rightfully so. That's the business side of the game.
Of course.
But if you can get it done, like you see it happening and you can get the deal done in the middle of the season, you still have his 5th-year option, which right now over the cap is reporting is only a $16 million hit. And then you start eating up that big number because, again, the cap keeps climbing. So if we can get it done in the middle of the season, beautiful. If it's after the season, well, now you're potentially paying more money because there are receivers. Terry McLaurin's looking for a deal. I can't remember who else. I think JSN No,
Yeah, JSN.
JSN's
Yeah. No, not yet.
JSN not yet. He's
Yeah,
not eligible for an extension yet, but there are other guys that will
sure.
be coming up.
Yeah. Dude, I gotta say this. I love our chat. Our chat is live, man.
Oh, they're active.
They're active. Shout out to you, Carl Thomas, because you're gonna be the reason why we go into this segment, maybe in some detail. Carl Thomas here. Falcons have been having red zone problems, and that's a tidbit from today's scrimmage notes that was an eyesore. Falcons struggling to get into the red zone, and many of us wonder how, why. We have size, we have a bruiser of a running back, we have a finesser as a running back. We have we have it all. We have it all to be a team that consistently can drive up the score on defenses. Why do you think the Falcons are having these issues? Now, let's remind, last year was the same thing. Falcons did struggle to get into the end zone in certain situations, but we're seeing it early on here in training camp. What gives? What do you think the problem is?
I think the problem is the fact that, the field is shrunken, right? Everything's tighter.
Yeah.
So the field is shorter, and it's all a timing thing. And I think this will get ironed out by season ends, because if you think about it, like if we really wanted to bruise them up the middle, we will in a live game. We're not going to do that in practice, right? But I think it's something that they know they have to address. We saw the issues last year, and I think they're working on it. Is it something I'm going to be looking at early in the season? Like, is it gotten better? Yes, because from the scrimmage notes, the offense against the first defense, they were moving the ball. No problem. But then clamp down in the red zone, which could be just the defense playing better, right?
Oh.
That was another thing. Red zone defense was an issue for the Falcons. So it's a give and take, right? You don't really truly know what's going to happen until a live game happens. So yay, defense, offense, let's get it together. But I think it'll all get worked out, because Zach Robinson knows he's got a two-headed monster in Bijan and Tyler. And I think they'll be utilized, hopefully more gap scheme. I'm looking at you, Dwayne Ledford and Zach Robinson. But we'll see. Time will tell.
Gotcha. Do you guys think the run defense will be better this season? Now,
Yes.
Early reports have said that the defense has been shutting down the run game. And now, as we all know, we're going into that attack style front, which by Brandon Dorles's quote, "If you're thinking, you stink," meaning Raheem is putting and Coach Ulbrich a lot of pressure on this defensive line to know their responsibilities, their gap integrity, where they need to be, their spots, and things like that. So that amount of pressure is playing major dividends early on. If the Falcons are shutting down, or the defense is shutting down this would-be run offense. But yeah, I'm here for it. It's an area where a lot of us might have felt, oh, we're gonna struggle because we don't have that natural big body to eat up multiple blockers and things like that. But moving into that that Ulbrich scheme, that attack style front, yeah, you don't really need a big body. You just need guys that can win their 1v1s and efficiently. So what say you?
And to your point on an attack style front, everyone's just designated one gap. Whether you're the A, B gap, whatever, the linebackers have that same thing. Are they the A, the B, or the C? Whatever the play call is. Versus last year, where it was a kind of like a sit back and react. And the linebackers, that's where you saw a lot. Caden and Troy, Caden and Nate, they were waiting to see what the guys in front were going to do, because they had to play a gap and a half or two gap, stay in the A, but then move over to the B based off where the runner is going, and then the linebacker has to react to run fit the opposite gap. It was a lot of thinking. And if you go all the way back to Tony Dungy days with the Buccaneers, if you've ever read his book or listened to him talk about defense, he wanted his players to stop thinking so much, because that's where hesitation comes in. And hesitation in the NFL, a split second's all it's needed for either a no gain or a house call, right? In the NFL. So he taught his guys, Derek Brooks, when he came to the league, look at your keys, use your instincts, trust what you see. And that's what's being implemented. I'm getting chills thinking about it, because, like, it's been so long. Like, we're going to see guys get up the field. And the cool thing is it translates to pass rush. So if it's a play action pass or if it's a straight up drop pass, they are pass rushing no matter what.
That's it. Right.
And Nate Ollie, everybody says that Nate Ollie is very something Brandon Dorlus said in a recent interview that I listened to was if Nate doesn't feel like you're giving it all, getting off the ball, he's not going to coach you. He's like, you're not worth my time, which is crazy to think about.
Love that.
Get off the ball and get up the field. And that's what you want. And as a defensive lineman, someone that played this position, you love that. I hated thinking. I just wanted to get active with my hands and get up the field. And I know those guys want to do the same.
Yeah. 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 Oh, man, dude, man. I'm ready to run through a fucking wall right now. Holy crap, man. It's almost here. The time is almost here, man. So all this talk is going to be put, put on full display very soon, man. So I can't wait for it, man. Whoo, man.
Depth chart, real quick. Let's get back on track. Depth chart, real quick, before we're creeping up on that hour. Is there someone that you saw in the depth chart? Because I think none of us were surprised on the offense. We knew who the starter's going to be. And granted, this is still early, right? It's the first preseason game. It's the unofficial depth chart. Who's someone that you saw in there that you were like, really? Why are they that far? Or really? They're the starter?
Maybe Jordan Fuller. I think that's probably like the biggest one for me. I think, Xavier Watts, I know that, injuries kind of held him back. I expected him to get, the first crack at it right from the jump. Of course, Jordan is in there. Brandon Dorlus backing up, maybe Rook was like, I don't know. I thought, from all the talk and stuff like that, I thought those two guys were going to be on the line at all times.
Okay, so Len, let's go back to the scrimmage notes because something I think Terrian said.
Yep.
The reason she's not updating about the defensive line is because literally every 2 plays, they were rotating. 2 plays, rotate. 2 plays, rotate. So is there really, yes, there's a true starter who's going to start the game, but it looks like exactly what Brick and Raheem have been saying. We're going to be rotating guys, keeping them fresh throughout the entire series. So they could be on the field at the same time or, regardless, they're going to see the field a lot more than what it was last season because James Lake liked to keep the same guys in with a slight rotate. Oh, you're tired, Grady? Oh, you're tired, David? Okay, tap the helmet and we'll get, maybe Zach in there and a little bit of Rook,
Yeah, gotcha. We got a super chat here from Furball, $1.99 bid. Appreciate the donation to the platform. Do we trust D. Alford? I don't know if I trust him. I don't trust him.
No, it's time
I've seen enough. Enough.
We don't think negatively of D. Alford on this show. We think he's a great person, and he's given it his all. He truly has.
Absolutely.
From an undrafted guy, CFL guy, to starter, but I think it's time to turn the page. You drafted Billy Bowman for a reason. Let's get him on the field.
Yeah, I think he's too much of a liability in the run game, man. Just way too much. They go to his side, it's a wrap. It is a wrap. So, let's see. Anything else you want to touch on here before we go into the preview and we wrap up the show?
Let's go to the preview. We're running out of time. Let's preview this.
Do it.
Let's tell me guys that not the Xavier Watts or Jalen Walker, who both are going to play. I'm pretty sure James Pierce Jr. is going to play as well.
Yeah.
Give me guys that you want to see on the field that are lower on the depth chart to potentially make the roster. Who you got?
Simeon Barrow Jr.
Ooh,
tackle.
He's been making noise. He's been making
noise, man. And Khalid Green, man. I'm interested to see.
Kareem, yes.
Yeah, Khalid Green, excuse me. Yeah, I want to see more of him. He got a lot of burn while I was down there. And him, like Zach Harrison, like you mentioned, there was a heavy rotation. Those two guys weren't being rotated out as much as everybody in the interior was.
Okay.
So that I don't know. I mean, that's one day 1, 2, and 3 of practice versus what they're at now 8. I'm sure that the defensive line and division might be coming together a little bit more now. But in the early parts, you couldn't get those guys off the field. And for me too, I want to see more of the development of Zach Harrison. That's what I want to see. Wherever he's at on the depth chart, I'm sure that he's vying for a starter spot, rightfully so. Our defensive lineman's been here for 3 years, but the favors really haven't been in his favor. 3 years, 3 defensive coordinators, right? But I feel like Ulbrich and Nate Ollie know exactly what to do with him. He's 6'5", 290 pounds. And I think this attack style front is exactly what he needed to be infused in. This kid has tremendous length and size. And dude, he was even lined up as a nose tackle in certain fronts, like right over the center. Of course, we're not going to be running that formation per se as much, but they were just trying everything with him. He was literally a movable chess piece on the defensive line. And I love to see that for our third-year defensive lineman. So I would go those three gentlemen right there for right now.
Yeah, for me, I think the chat's been spamming his name, the famous Kobe Bryant. I want to see him in action. We got to see him in Kansas. We got to see him a little bit in camp. He's off the NFI. He's fighting. And he could be like, we could be carrying 6 or 7 DBs as well. And he could be very well be one of them. Is he a special teams guy? I don't think so. So he would be more of a depth guy. And guys, I've seen people say like, oh, he could play the nickel. No, he's a boundary guy. He is strictly a boundary guy. And so is Clark Phillips. That's someone who was tested at the nickel spot and it didn't work out. He's more of an outside guy. He's a technical guy. I'm eager to see Clark Phillips play. He's definitely going to get some playing time. We talked about D. Alford and Billy Bowman. Even Mike Ford is listed as a nickel, which we know Mike Ford is mainly a special teams guy, but still, is he going to get playing time there? And then you mentioned him earlier. D'Angelo Malone's probably going to get some snaps at the inside linebacker spot. I think he's safe on the roster just solely because of his special teams. He's a great special teams guy as the personal protector.
Right.
I think he solidifies a spot solely on that. And then the other eager thing I saw, Lamar Jackson, the cornerback, not the quarterback, is backing up AJ Terrell on the depth chart right now.
That I missed out on.
Yeah, so it's Mike Hughes, and then he's got Clark Phillips behind him, which we knew. Then Natron Brooks, and then on the other side, AJ Terrell, Lamar Jackson, Kobe Bryant. So I'm eager to see Lamar Jackson play at the corner spot. Show me why you would be AJ Terrell's backup if he were to go down, knock on wood, right?
No, thank you.
And then Lakel London. I saw someone say Lakel London in there.
I haven't heard squat.
Well, he's been on the NFI, I thought. He was taken off, wasn't he?
And he was taken off. He came back, but I haven't heard anything.
I was a Lakel London fan, but those were the dark days of the defensive line. So if we've got such a deep defensive line group, I'm not going to be terribly upset if he's cut or moved to the practice squad. And then obviously I'm eager to see the rookies. I want to see all the rookies play.
Of course.
Right?
Of course.
All, was it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? 5 of them.
Yep. Dude, how sweet would it be if, like, on the opening play, it's James Pierce with a QB pressure or something to that?
I just want, bro. You do not realize how insufferable I'm going to be because of all the negativity thrown the Falcons' way. I was a James Pierce Jr. truther until I fell in love with Mike Green, but I really was. I was on the James Pierce train. Guys, gotta remember.
How's Mike Green, by the way?
He's been doing pretty good in camp from what I've seen.
Yeah.
He's had good and bad days. He's running with the twos. He's going to be rotated in. We'll see. Right. But James Pierce Jr., after the 24 draft, was the early number 1 pick. Early number 1 pick.
Yeah, very true.
So you guys have no idea how insufferable I will be if James Pierce Jr. puts up 10-plus sacks in the season.
Oh, my God, dude. It's been crazy. Our guy, Anthony White. Keep it up, fellas. No doubt, man. We appreciate you and your support, man. And also, man, we almost got this bad boy jumping off with 500 folks jumping in and watching tonight, man. We're glad that you guys are a part of what we're trying to build here on Reporting Eligible. Just not only fans of the Atlanta Falcons, of course, but bring you tidbits from all other 31 teams in the NFL. Well, I should say 30, because there's one team in the division that we kind of don't want to report anything on.
Oh, we'll report something. Tyler Shook throwing picks left and right. Oh yeah, we found the next guy in the second round.
Oh my God!
You guys remember the Ritter days when they weren't showing the passes and all that?
Yeah.
That's where the ain'ts are. Oh, it's a good time over here, baby.
Oh my God! But yes, man. While we got you guys all in here right now, please continue to support by supporting my guy Bro Talk at Dirty Bird Central and myself, 95 North Falcons Talk Show. Both channels found on YouTube. I just gave them a little bit, but you go on and you give them the rest of the credentials of where they can find you, brother.
Like he said, Dirty Bird Central on YouTube. Now with the season picking up, ladies and gentlemen, the long form content will be back. If you enjoy all 22, that's what I do. Hey, I run there, not on purpose. And then short form content, I do upload to YouTube as well. If you're a TikTok person, at Dirty Bird Central. Daily posts, not just Falcons, but NFL as a whole. And Twitter is still BK2 because your boy is just too freaking lazy to change the name.
Oh man. Before I go into my spiel, man, shout out Larry in the Dixon Way, man. I'm telling you, the Dixon Way. You want live commentary for anything sports, Atlanta sports, the Dixon Way is the way to go. Shonda and Larry, fantastic job. Even greater people. Got some time to spend with them at training camp. Lovely family. Salute and shout out to you both. Continue putting up the tremendous work that you do on YouTube. Continue inspiring. So, yes, the Dixon Way on YouTube. Please go and check him out. He says, "What's up, fellas? Can't wait to see James Pierce Jr. play on Friday and Jalen play on Friday. Me and wifey going to the preseason game. That's the way to do it. Awesome. Hope you guys have a great time there. But that's going to wrap the show. I'll give you where you guys can find me, of course, 95 North Falcons Talk Show on YouTube. And you can also find me Monday through Thursday on Bleacher Report, man. Short form content coming at you daily. Also, we'll be on Bleacher Report for all the post-game reaction shows that start this Friday evening immediately after the Lions and Falcons go final. I will be on Bleacher Report breaking it down. And if you are not sick of me, you can catch me on the NFC South Roundtable exclusively on Tuesdays.
Y'all go check it out. Y'all go check it out because Berto put some people in their place. I'm just saying.
Listen, man, if you haven't by now, please go to NFC South Roundtable and hit that subscribe button, ladies and gentlemen. You don't want to miss all the shenanigans that are going to go on, man. There might be some furniture moving because these guys bring the heat, and you know your boy will be there too, bringing the heat as well. Again, 500 of y'all tuned in. We thank each and every single one of y'all. We'll give you your Wednesday evening back. And until next week, deuces. Peace.